Hi, my name is Andrei Bodrov. I am a motorcycle instructor for Russian advanced riding school motocontrol.ru. Today I'll show you 3 very simple beginner-level exercises, which we use as warm-ups and homeworks for our students. Though very simple, they can really boost your riding confidence if you master them. You won't need any cones or markers or anything, just a small empty parking lot and some spare time. I will try explain these exercises in a step-by-step, easy-to-follow manner, but if something will be unclear, feel free to ask me any questions in the comment section. First exercise is a slow race. You can use this exercise to improve your balance and clutch control skills. Also, it will eliminate your instinct to put down your foot when bike feels unstable. It'll be very important later when you start to lean the bike. When you lean the bike, you should avoid dragging your feet because they can get caught under the muffler or saddlebag. Let's start the exercise with going straight on idling speed. At this point, focus on your arms. Try to hold handlebars as lightly as you possibly can. Notice how your bike needs almost no effort to go straight. It is even more noticeable when the bike goes faster. After a few minutes of riding like this, your brain should understand that you don't need to cling to handlebars very much. Instead, your arms should be slightly bent and very loose to let the front wheel do its job. The next step is to start using friction zone to go slower. Find the point where your bike's clutch just starts to bite. From now on, operate the clutch just around this point. To accelerate, release it a little bit. To slow down, pull it a little bit. Notice it's very little movement. You don't need to pull clutch all the way, just enough to disengage it. When walking with the clutch, you should rev the engine a little. Usually, 2 times the idle revs is enough. You need to rev the engine because of 2 reasons: to avoid stalling and to increase clutch sensitivity. When you rev the engine and release clutch, your bike will react and stabilize much quicker. Now that you know how to operate the clutch, do this: go straight, pull the clutch just enough to disengage it, and keep the engine revs up. Now just wait for the bike to slow down. The slower it goes, the less stable it feels. At some point you will feel that your bike is ready to tip over. Your natural reaction will be to put a foot down, but don't do it. Just release the clutch a little, bike will accelerate and become stable again. Repeat this several times. This way you will teach yourself to catch the bike not with your feet, but with the clutch instead. After you get used to it, start adding rear brake little by little. You can use it to slow down faster than just pulling the clutch. Bear in mind that you shouldn't use rear brake very much. You still make the 90% of the work with the clutch. You just use the brake to slow down faster, that's all. Now try to slow down even more before releasing the clutch. You even can try to completely stop for a short period of time. Again, keep the revs up and release clutch a bit when you feel like tipping over. Don't put your feet down. To increase your sense of balance, look as far ahead as you can. Don't look at the pavement in front of you. Also, you can clamp to your bike with your knees and with your feet. It will give your brain additional information about lean angle and also will prevent you from putting your foot down. When you get used to all of that, you can start going even slower. At this point, you can start making short, fast counter-steering inputs. When you feel like tipping on some side, turn the handlebars to the same side to prevent the bike from tipping over. For example, if you are tipping left, turn the handlebar left. Now combine all things above. Look as far ahead as you can, keep the revs up, apply light pressure on the rear brake, if necessary, and make precise clutch movements and use counter-steering inputs. Using all this, you should be able to go pretty slow, even to stop completely for some time. Okay, let's move to our next exercise. Let's make circles. Here you will need all the stuff from previous exercise. Essentially you are doing the same thing. Going slow in the friction zone, keeping engine revs and using rear brake if necessary. But there are two big differences. First one is your vision. You are going in a circle now, so you should turn your head and look as far over your shoulder as you can. For reference, if you have a top case on your bike, you should be able to see it with your peripheral vision. Second thing is very important. You should keep your arms very relaxed. Try to pay close attention. You go in circle. When you pull the clutch a little and apply rear brake, bike slows down. Here you should feel that handlebars turn themselves into the turn. When you release the clutch and rear brake, handlebars straightens. It's almost one of that Russian reversal things. Handlebars effectively turn themselves when you change speed. Again, begin making any circle. Look over your shoulder, keep your revs up, use friction zone and the rear brake. And most importantly, keep your arms very relaxed. Pull the clutch and apply rear brake. Now just wait to slow down and feel handlebars turning themselves into the turn. Sooner or later they will reach full lock. When in full lock, front wheel can't make stabilizing movements, so your bike will suddenly feel very unstable. Don't panic, don't look down, don't put your foot down and don't grab the front brake. Just release the clutch a little instead. Handlebars will straighten up and bike will become stable again. Eventually, with enough practice, you will get used to riding in full lock. It means you have very good balance and clutch control feel. And finally, third exercise, slalom. In our courses, we usually make it in form of series of gates, but you can use standard parking lot marks and go like this. It is essentially the same thing. Here you will use the skills from previous two exercises, but now you must pay close attention to your vision. Technique is the same as before. A little bit of throttle, friction zone, relaxed arms and small pressure on the rear brake if necessary. But now you don't just turn your head, but actively looking for your trajectory and planning it as far as you can. Notice that you should first turn your head, look where you want to go and only then make a steering input to tip your bike. In fact, after you turned your head, you should travel some distance by your memory, while already looking for a path ahead of you. Very common mistake looks like this. Student turns his head and tips the bike at the same time. Instead, you should first turn your head and only then make a steering input. That translates into everyday commuting as well. You should first look and know where you want to go and only then make a turn. Well, that's it. I hope you will like these exercises. I personally find them very useful, especially when you just start riding. If you can master these three exercises, the rest of the course will be much easier. By the way, tell me in the comment section if you like to watch all the exercises from our course. I need to practice my English, so I'll gladly show them. Okay, let's call it a day. Bye.